Hello, ladies. How is everybody? Hello, Gladys. How's Gladys doing today? Yeah, I see Gladys is here. Where's everybody else? I got 8 watching, but I've only got one person in chat so far. Thanks. I wanted it to look like fall and Thanksgiving. It's too early to look like Christmas because Thanksgiving's not over with yet. So I wanted to do something for Thanksgiving. So that this is for my Thanksgiving. Well, Gladys, it looks like it's going to be just me and you. Well, there's Sharon. Hello, Sharon. How are you today? I guess it's been gloomy here all day. It was supposed to rain. It's just sprinkled a little bit, but it's not really rain, but the ground's wet, damp. Sharon, Gladys, and I don't know where everybody's at. Shows that I got 8 watching, but I guess we got 5 silent viewers because they're not coming into chat. I have no idea. Don't know. I have not heard from Connie. Well, there's Kevin. Hi, Kevin. How's Kevin doing today? They might be out shopping for Thanksgiving, getting things done. Depends on what day they're doing Thanksgiving. You know, some people do it on the weekend before Thanksgiving because that's the only time they can get together. Kevin says we both on. Who's both? Who else is on? Better have pneumonia. You have pneumonia, Kevin? Oh, your wife. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear anybody's got pneumonia. Oh, wow. It's a bad time of year to get sick, but it does happen. My brother just got over COVID. the one that lives in North Carolina. Yeah, he just got over COVID. And there's Derek. Well, hello, Derek. How are you? My day's been lazy but good. Yeah, COVID is pretty bad. Derek's great. Well, good. I need to get my turkey out of the freezer and let him thaw out if I'm going to cook him this week. And I want to start putting up Christmas decorations this week, but I'm not going to turn lights on, but I do like to get my stuff out the week before because in Granbury, everything lights up for Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. Because I have a parade. Sorry about that. We have a parade here on the Friday after Thanksgiving. It's a Santa parade that's welcoming Santa Claus into town. So, yeah, he's on one of the floats. So, if it's not really bad weather, I might be able to get out there and video that the Friday after Thanksgiving. I might not get it posted till the next Saturday, but we'll see because I'm not sure about the internet. You're making yourself a pumpkin roll. Well, good, Sharon. Well, like I said, I usually buy an inexpensive turkey, 15 pounds or smaller, and I cook it here just like I would for Thanksgiving. And then I distribute it all into packages and I freeze it. So I have turkey to eat all year, almost until next Thanksgiving. And it's an inexpensive way to have turkey in your freezer, and all you have to do is take it out and heat it up. Or you can take it out and have your stovetop stuffing with it, which is easy to make. And most of the time, I take all the drippings from the turkey and I make tons and tons of gravy so I can freeze the gravy as well with the meat. So I can just take it out and warm it up, pour it on the top of the stovetop stuffing, and I basically got me a turkey and gravy casserole, which is pretty good. It saves heating, cooking for that meal. All you got to do is take it out and thaw it out, and you do have to fix the stuffing, but stove. Sorry about that, guys. The stovetop stuffing is nothing to make. I have not even taken it out of the freezer yet, so I don't know what day I'll cook it. I was trying to get one of these little balls. Hopefully will keep me from coughing so much. and I can't even get hold of them. Drop the lid in the floor. Because these little things work. I've never heard of this stuff, but it does work with coughs. Yeah, I never try to can it. I never can meat. I don't have a canner that you can can meat with, so I just can vegetables basically, or jellies, stuff that's not, you don't need a meat uh, canner with. Yeah, see here in Granbury where I live, they get all the decorations up, but then they don't turn the lights on until the day after Thanksgiving. That's when they welcome Santa to town, and that's when the whole town is lit up for Christmas. And that's when they have the parade. They have it about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening on that Friday, Black Friday. So I want to try and get my decorations up this week if I can. I've got a lot of them to put out. And like I said, I just won't plug them in until the day after Thanksgiving. I can get it all put up, test the lights, and see if I need to replace lights, that type of thing. If it doesn't rain, I mean, we're supposed to get rain today, and it has misted off and on, just enough to keep the ground wet, but it's not really rained. And they're not calling for rain this week, so, but you know, this is Texas, you never know. Yeah, I would be alone for Thanksgiving, but I usually go over to my son's house for Thanksgiving dinner or lunch. I said the only thing about eating with somebody else on Thanksgiving, you don't have all the leftovers to put so you can eat later. So that's why I buy the inexpensive turkey, which is, you know, mine is about 11, 12 pounds. And I paid like less than $12 for it. So if you stay with a small turkey, it only takes 3 or 4 hours to cook it in the oven. If you get a 25 or 30 pound turkey, it's going to take you all day to cook that big turkey in your oven, and I don't want to do that. But it gives me enough turkey that I got turkey to eat all year. Well, hi, Patricia. How are you? What are the name of the thing you said? Just it's well, the name is off of it because I had to rip the label off. I I had to take the little outer label off to open it, so I don't have the actual name, but I can tell you what the ingredients are. I'll have to get my magnifying glass to look because the writing is so little. The ingredients, there's only 2 ingredients in this: lactose, sucrose, lactose, and then sucrose. But it does give a website. You can go to the website and check on this stuff. I don't know if you'd be able to order it from there or not, but it's BOIRONUSA.com. Again, I'll give you that again if you want to write it down, if anybody's interested. It's BOIRONUSA.com. It's distributed by Bourne Incorporated, Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. So you can go to that website and find out all the information on it. And I got little buddy scratching at the door. He wants his dinner. Come on in. He's been curled up asleep out there on the swing. Get out of the way and let me get your food bowl. There you go. Yeah, it's been a cool day, so he curled up on the swing today and just took him a long nap, curled up out there. He uses that as his bed. It looks like it, Kevin. I mean, he still goes where he wants. He goes next door and he visits the children over there that are supposed to be the owners. But mostly he stays over here because they're gone most of the days. They're usually gone all day at work. And I don't know where the kids stay all day if they're not in school. I think the younger one probably is in a daycare or something, or somebody keeps him. So he's outside all the time, so he stays over here. And evidently nobody feeds him anymore but me, so. Because he always acts like he's starving when he comes in to eat. And I feed him 3 or 4 times a day. I mean, it's not like he doesn't get fed. He just has a healthy appetite. Foster care buddy, yeah, I guess. I think he adopted me. One of my neighbors at the chili cook-off asked me if that was my cat. And I said, well, it's like this. I said, I think little buddy adopted me. But my brother says you don't pick your animal. The animal picks you. Well, there's B. Ogden. Hello, how are you? Thank you for the compliment. I think they were thinking about taking little buddy and getting him declawed and just keeping him in the house. If they do that, he'll have to be in there with 2 other cats, and I don't think he'll like that. And he's not going to want to stay inside all the time. He likes to go and come. That's the reason I let him in and out. He don't want to stay in the house. And I don't blame him. He wants to get out and roam around a little bit. I guess, Kevin. I'd hate for anybody to take him and just shut him up in the house. I don't think he would stand for it. I really don't. Because he definitely lets me know when he wants to go back outside. Hi, April. How are you? It's trying its best to rain here. It's been cloudy and gloomy all day. Now are you wanting to go back outside, little buddy? He went to the back door, just sitting there looking at the door like, he He expects it to open. I had a delivery of groceries delivered, and there was a sage plant in it. And I can't believe they delivered a sage plant that looked like it was dead. I mean, the dirt was completely dried out. The whole plant is dried out. And I walked in Walmart yesterday, and a lady walked by me with her basket, and she had a sage plant in it, and it was pretty and green. So I know that was not the only plant they had in the store when they delivered mine. They just figured they'd get rid of the dead one and give it to me. I don't think it would come back. I think it's too far gone. I should have left it in the package and took it back out there and say, hey, you just delivered me a dead plant. What's up with that? I've got one left, Gladys. The other two were given as prizes, remember? I think Mardell got one, and was it Connie got the other one, I think? Yeah, I don't know where Connie is today. I felt sure she'd be here today. Like I said, Connie, I mean, Gladys, I don't know where Connie is today. I haven't heard from her. Yeah, he just ate and he went out back outside. He ate most of what I gave him. So April says, Linda, I sent you a picture of my first flower you sent me. Well, oh good. I haven't checked my messages. I'll have to check. Gladys says she hasn't talked to her. I know she's usually calling you all the time. Oh wow, that's pretty, April. Look, she just sent me a picture of her first bloom on the, I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's kind of purple. I was looking to see if I got any yeah, it doesn't look like I got any messages from Connie either, so I don't know. I thought I'd test out one of the pots she sent on my next cooking video. April says I got several of them starting, but that's the first. Yeah, you'll get many more. So I guess that's the pink. And what was the other blue? Didn't I send you blue and purple or blue and pink? I don't remember. Connie called me yesterday, but I was on a hot date. Yeah, I thought it was blue. So you'll have blue and the color that you have. It's either a like a pinkish lavender color or pinkish blue, pinkish purple. Yeah, I've been debating whether to have a live Thursday night or not. No, I haven't done one just on giblet gravy, but it's basically the same way I make my other gravy. I take the drippings in my pan from my turkey. I dip out a little bit of the grease or the oil if it's very oily. I'll take a big spoon and I'll dip a lot of that grease out if it's very greasy. And then I mix flour in water, to get rid of the lumps. And I pour it in there and that thickens it up, kind of brown it a little bit. And then I add seasoning. Sometimes I put a little bit of chicken bouillon in there. I might add just a tiny bit of the gravy browning stuff, kitchen bouquet. It only takes a very small amount of it, though. But yeah, that's how I make my giblet gravy. And if I have the liver and the gizzard and all that cooked, I chop it up and put it in my gravy. But one turkey, baking it in one of those big deep aluminum pans, it makes a lot of drippings to make gravy with. So you can make a lot of gravy with it. Yeah, it's deviled egg time. But yeah, what I was going to ask, I don't know how everybody's schedule is. Some of you have Thanksgiving dinner at night. Some have it midday. We're having ours midday at my son's house. So I should be back in plenty of time to have the live at 7 o'clock. I'm not sure. But I wanted to ask everybody that comes to the lives how they feel about that. Are you going to be busy with your Thanksgiving dinner that evening, or are you going to have it midday? What the situation is. One time I thought maybe just not having it Thursday night since it is Thanksgiving that day. So we can always put it to another night. I'm free. I'm doing my dinner in the afternoon. Okay. Gladys says they're having theirs in the afternoon. Yeah, my son said that they were going to be eating by 2 o'clock. So I'll sit around and visit. I'll probably get there about noon or so, maybe a little earlier. Visit with them, eat Thanksgiving dinner with them, hang around a little bit and then come home. And I should be home in plenty of time to have the 7 o'clock live. It's 11:30 here now. Not sure of our time difference. Yeah, I was just thinking if we have it at 7, it's liable to be right during April's mealtime in Hawaii, depending on what time you have your Thanksgiving meal, whether it's in the midday or if it was late in the evening or how you do it. Either way, If she has hers in the evening time, April says, I'm going to my daughter's. Well, it's 3:31 here. So 11:30, that's 12:30, 1:30, 2:33. That's 4 hours difference. Does your daughter live close by, April? Well, that's good. That means you don't have a long way to travel. I guess if I'm going to try to cook it this week, I need to get it out of the freezer today. Because usually it takes 3 or 4 days for them to thaw out. Well, you can see I'm not coughing. Takes 3 of those little white pills. Put them in my mouth and my cough stopped. It works pretty fast. I mean, the minute it melts in your mouth, it's already worked. I should have kept the label on it. I didn't think anybody was going to ask me what it is. But you can look it up on the website. And it's in a little container about the size of a chapstick. And it's a name I can't even pronounce. I don't know if it's even American or not. Yeah, I said if I do a video on it before Thanksgiving, I need to get it out of the freezer and get it thawed out so I can cook it, right? Or it'll be after Thanksgiving before I get it done. Yeah, B. Ogden, if you want to cook your turkey for Thanksgiving, you need to get it out of your freezer or you're not going to be able to cook it. April says I'm eating a pomegranate. Oh my goodness. I got my turkey. I was going to see on here. I don't remember how much it weighed. I think it was about this was $2.99 a pound. Net weight, yeah, it's under 12 pounds. It's 11 pounds, 84 ounces. And the regular price on this turkey was $35.40. I got it at Brookshire's with my Brookshire card for $11.60. So I felt like I couldn't get a turkey any cheaper than that. I don't remember the brand name of it. Oh, it's a Jennie-O. Jennie-O turkey. But this is as much as I can handle. You know, I can't do anything with a turkey that's any bigger than this. I'm going to put it over here on the counter so it can be thawing out, I think. Oh. I just leave it out because I tried doing like they said and put it in my refrigerator to thaw out, and mine will not thaw out in my refrigerator. It'll stay frozen in the bottom of my refrigerator because just about everything else, unless it's in the vegetable bin, will freeze in my freezer unless it's on the very top. Yeah, well, I'm coughing again. My anonymous subscriber that sent me the freezer, they sent me a message the other day and they said, "Is your freezer full yet?" I said, "Almost," because I had just put the turkey in there. But I'll cook the turkey, make packages with that. You know, I'll have plenty of sliced turkey. I I usually take mine all off the bone and package it with the gravy, what gravy I do have. Some of it might get packaged without the gravy. And then I take the bone, the carcass, and I divide it up at least in half into two sections. And I freeze each one of the sections so I can take one out at a time. And that way I can make a pot of turkey soup. I can make turkey and rice because there's still plenty of meat on the carcass. You know, when you put it in a pot and just boil it till all the meat falls off, you still got plenty of meat in there to make a turkey and gravy. Well, not turkey and gravy, but turkey and rice. You can even make turkey and dumplings. You can make turkey soup, which I love. So I use every little piece of my turkey gets used. I don't throw anything away except for the bare bones after it's been boiled to death, and every bit of the meat comes off of it. So for one person, if you buy a turkey and cook it and you got a place to freeze it, like I said, you can eat turkey for the next year. Because it doesn't take that much turkey to put in gravy, freeze it in a package, take it out and thaw it out, make you a small pan of stovetop stuffing, and then pour that turkey and gravy on top of it and heat it up. And that's good. And I always love to have extra cranberry sauce on hand to eat with it because I love cranberry sauce with my turkey and dressing. And it's almost like eating turkey dinner all through the year. And you don't have to cook. I mean, it's a real easy meal. It's already cooked for you. You know, you prepared it, froze it. All you got to do is take it out and thaw it out. So that's a tip for all you single people out there that, want to know how to cook for maybe just one or two people. Because I save enough turkey in one package with gravy that's enough to go on one box of stovetop stuffing mix when it's prepared. And that's enough to feed two people right there. Because I get several meals out of it for me, just myself. My problem is I don't think the cranberry sauce is available all year. Or I don't usually see it all year. So I might pick up a few extra cans of it, between now and Thanksgiving and just put it away so I'll have it after Christmas, through January, February, March to eat my turkey with. I just hate that I have to open a whole can at a time. I don't know how it would be to freeze cranberry sauce after you open it. It might work. I don't think I've ever tried it. I make gumbo with leftovers, my favorite part of Thanksgiving. I've never thought about making gumbo, but like I said, I've made turkey soup, I've made turkey and dumplings, I've made turkey and rice. But that turkey gumbo sounds good. What else do you put in it? Kevin says, I don't like turkey, I eat the ham. Well, that's okay. Everybody doesn't like turkey. I like turkey and I like ham too. Usually, usually I cook my ham for Christmas. And I just get a little tiny thing of ham. I don't even get a big ham. I get something for $11, $12 just like I do my turkey. And even with that small a ham, it makes quite a few meals with it. I can cut up some of the ham and make potato soup. I can cut up some of it and make sandwiches. There's a lot of options with it. You can make stir-fry rice. Gladys says the church gave me a turkey. Well, good, Gladys. I don't usually get a turkey given to me. Now, when I was working at Lankstone Terrace, we got a free ham at Christmas, and it was a nice spiral ham. But I don't get free hams anymore. I have to buy my own, so I try to find something that's inexpensive but yet a good quality ham, even if it's just a little half of a ham or sometimes almost like a quarter of a ham, because I don't need a whole lot for myself. I can't spend $60, $70 for a ham. Can't afford it. And I'm not going to spend that for a turkey either. I would not have bought that turkey for $35. There's no way. But since I do have a Kroger, Brookshire's card, with my Brookshire's card, I got it for $11 and 80 cents, which was a pretty good deal. That's less than half price. Because I think the original price was $2.99 a pound for that Jennie-O turkey. And turkey's pretty good for you. It's a lean meat. You can eat a lot of turkey. And if you stay awake, it's good for you. I didn't use any of my nasal sprays today. That might be one reason why I'm coughing. I should have used them before I went live, but I didn't. Gladys says, I'll be over for Thanksgiving. Yeah. The only thing is, Gladys, I won't be here for Thanksgiving. I'm going to my son's house for part of the day anyway. Not about at $2 a pound. Well, like I said, I would not have bought that one. But with my Brookshire's card, I got it for $11. I got it for less than half price. So what is half of, what was it? I got it for like $1.45 or something. Yeah, I got it for about $1.45, something like that, which isn't too bad. I mean, most of the stores had them on sale for like 99 cents a pound with their cards. But most of them that I found were 25 and 30 pound turkeys. I just don't want a turkey that big. I can't pick it up. I can't deal with it. I can't get it in the oven, then I can't get it out of the oven. It's just too big and heavy for me. So I like one that's under 15 pounds. Right around 11, 12 pounds, just the size that I got. It's plenty big enough for me. And even when my kids lived at home and I was feeding my 2 kids and my ex-husband, that's the size turkey I bought then as well. I didn't get a great big one. I didn't want a big one. Now, if I was feeding 12 or 15 people, yeah, I'd probably want a bigger turkey. But my size family, 11, 12-pound turkey was plenty big. You didn't need anything bigger than that. Well, I'm only going to be gone for a few hours, Gladys. He'll survive. He'll get breakfast before I leave, and then he'll be waiting here for me when I get back to get his dinner. So little buddy will be all right. A little buddy with a tin cup. Yeah, sometimes I've put my turkey actually down in a sink of cold water. That helps speed up the process of it thawing out. And then it doesn't thaw out that fast. It takes several days for it to thaw out. Yeah, I was going to do like the directions said, and I left mine in the refrigerator at the bottom for several days trying to get it thawed out. And every time I checked it, it was frozen just as hard as it was when I first put it in the bottom of the refrigerator. So I said, this is not going to work. So I just started taking it out because my refrigerator, it just stays really cold. And I've got it set down on like 1.5, which is not supposed to be that cold, but everything freezes in the bottom. And my vegetable bins are full because that's really the only place I can put something, in the vegetable bins or on the very top shelf. I can put stuff without it really freezing. And if it's all the way to the back of the refrigerator, it'll freeze. Because I have an older refrigerator. It's pretty old. I mean, I could turn it into a freezer real easy. But then I've had some people say that their refrigerator doesn't stay cool enough to even keep their milk from souring. And I said, well, something's wrong with your refrigerator. And if I turn mine up any higher, everything for sure would freeze in there. I don't know, Gladys. I don't know what's going on with Connie. Don't have any idea. I haven't heard from her. She called me several nights ago and talked for a long time. And I haven't talked to her. She hasn't messaged me since. So I don't know. Bought your fridge in 1998. Well, mine is a really old refrigerator. It was the one that was put in this mobile home when it was first built. So that refrigerator is a 1969 model refrigerator, and it's a Frigidaire. And it quit running one day, and I got an electrician out here to check it. And he asked me if I had a vacuum cleaner. I said, yeah. So I brought the vacuum cleaner in here. He took the bottom front off of the refrigerator, and he vacuumed out underneath it. He run his hand back there behind the motor and flipped a switch. It came on, and it's run ever since, and that was years ago. And he told me, he said, just all you need to do is vacuum out from under here once in a while so the motor don't get hot. He said this refrigerator will run and keeps things cold until the refrigerator falls apart. He said that's how good they built them back then. I've had to repaint it because the outside looked terrible. I repainted it like a stainless steel color, but it still works. I mean, I told my son, I said, I kind of hated to get rid of it to get a new one, because I said, just as sure as I go get a new one, it'll run for about 10 years and then it'll quit. And this one has been running for, 50 years? Because it was here before I ever moved in it. I know my mom couldn't keep a refrigerator. She'd get one, it would run for anywhere from 8 to 10 years and it would quit. She'd have to buy another one. The last one she got, someone gave her, and it was an older model refrigerator, similar to what I've got. But it was kind of rounded at the top, the old-timey ones. And it was old, but it worked great. She said, I couldn't believe that this refrigerator, as old as it is, and it works just as good as any of the other ones ever did. I said, yeah, and it'll probably outrun any of the other ones too. I know they don't build anything to last nowadays. Years ago, they built quality appliances to last. Today, they don't do that because if they don't sell you new appliances, they go out of business. So they build them to last maybe 10 years, and then you got to replace them. That keeps them in business constantly. Just like on the Singer sewing machines, I did some research on them, and they said there was over 4,000 models of sewing machines built back in the day. The Singer was the best of all. They were built to last. You could hand them down to your grandchildren even. Those Singer sewing machines were so well built. But you know what? They did a recall on them, and they got as many of those machines back as possible, and they destroyed them because they didn't want machines out there would last forever, because they wanted to replace with the newer machines that would only last so many years, and then you had to buy a new one. That just assured them of business. And that's what they do today. They purposely build something that's going to break down eventually, so you've got to buy another one. That just keeps them in business. And I think houses are the same way. Cars are the same way. Cars are not like they used to be. Yeah, when I was 13, my mom got me an old Singer machine that was a treadle machine. It wasn't electric. It had a pedal on the bottom of the cabinet, and you actually pedaled it to make the sewing machine run. And that thing sewed great. I wish I had it today. But when I got married and left home, my mom got rid of my sewing machine and didn't even ask me. I said, well, why did you do that? I wanted my machine. Well, I didn't think you wanted it because you'd already got another one. I said, yeah, but I still wanted my Singer machine. Because it was in excellent shape, even the cabinet. And there's Snow White. Hello, Snow White. How are you doing this afternoon? Time to remodel. Yeah, most appliances now have computers. They're all computerized. My brother's wife, her mom bought a new washing machine during the time I was home on vacation one time. And I went up to her house and she said, look at this. She said, I've still not been able to figure out how to wash a simple load of clothes in this washing machine. I've tried everything. And she said, I put it on a setting, it'll start, it'll agitate a little bit, and it'll stop. It'll flip on one side and it'll stop. A little while later it'll start up and it flips on the other side and it stops. I said, well, somehow you've got it on the soak cycle. She said, well, how do I get it off the soak cycle? I said, well, you've either got to let it run through the cycle to the end, or you've got to re-clear the memory. She says, well, how do I do that? I said, most of the time you can unplug the washing machine. Unplug it. It might clear the memory. Plug it back in. And then reprogram it to go do your wash. Well, she said, see, that's just it. Every time I've tried to program it to do just a regular wash, and I can't get it done. She says, I hate this machine. I don't like all this stuff that they put computers in now. I don't want to have to read a manual to be able to wash a load of clothes. I said, well, you know what? I bet they'll take it back and I bet they'll exchange it and give you just a basic washing machine, one that doesn't have a computerized uh, setting on it. She said, you reckon they'd do that? I said, yeah. If you're not happy with this one, I'd call them and I'd tell them I wanted them to come get it and give me another one that I could use, that I don't want it computerized. And she did, and she was able to get another replacement for one that she could use without having to read a booklet on how to work it. I mean, that's kind of the way a lot of these microwaves are. Unless you just use a heat cycle or a cook cycle and put it on so many minutes, I mean, you got to get the manual for it. You got to read the instructions how to do a lot of the stuff with it. I mean, you could spend all day reading instructions on how to set your washing machine and never get it set to wash a load of clothes. And that's what was happening to her. She said, I hate this thing. Yeah, I don't want a computerized sewing machine. I bought a new Singer, a portable one, but it's not computerized. And I know computers, you know. I mean, I went to school for computers, and I still don't want one that's computerized. I can't read all your statement, Kevin. That heart's in the way. I'll have to wait till it moves up. Yeah, I like all the older washers, the older refrigerators. Singer sewing machine will outlast us. I know those old ones will. Even most of the new ones will. But I don't want a computerized one. B. Ogden said I'm so tech stupid. Yeah, I just don't want to be aggravated with having to read an owner's manual and instructions to figure out how to work my new washing machine, you know? I mean, that would just. She got so frustrated with hers. She said, I've had a load of clothes in my washing machine for days now, and I can't get them washed. My daughter's got a new set of, you know, it's a washer and dryer, and those things stand as tall as I am in their front load. And the washer is, they're both computerized, and the washer is set to where it'll only put enough water in the washing machine according to the weight of the clothes that you put in there, so you don't waste a lot of water. And she said that's what she likes about that, that it doesn't have to fill up completely with water. Like if you wanted to wash two pair of blue jeans, you could put them in there. It'll just put enough water in that washer to wash those two pair of blue jeans, and that's it. I said, well, I don't even have the space to put those. I wouldn't even have a room to put the washer, much less the washer and dryer. But she's got a laundry room, so she's got plenty of room. Because I tell you, some of these new washer and dryers, they're big as a refrigerator. I mean, your washer alone is almost the size of a refrigerator. And then you got to have the dryer beside it, so that takes up a lot of space. Gladys says, I'm hungry. I'm getting a little hungry too. I ate a little bit of breakfast. I ate a little bit of lunch, but I haven't eaten dinner yet. Oh, I don't know what I will eat. Don't know what I'll eat. But I took some ibuprofen because my hands were aching a little bit, you know, from the arthritis, not much. But I took some ibuprofen to limber my hands up, and that's what's making me sleepy. it's relaxing me. So, when I relax, I just want to lay down and go to sleep. Oh, man. I don't think it's going to rain after today, so I might be able to start putting my Christmas decorations out. Put them all up out in the yard. Hopefully I can get them up between now and Thanksgiving Day or before. Don't have much time. Only have, 3 days? Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to get them out. I mean, if some of them I have to wait till the weekend, I guess I can, but I'd like to get most of them up before Thanksgiving. Because I know I won't be able to work on them Thanksgiving Day. Whew. What are you hungry for, Gladys? Kevin says we had Chinese food. It was good. I bet. I haven't had Chinese in a while. That sounds real good. I love the Beijing beef from Panda Express, and I haven't been there in probably a year or more. I like to go by there and just get their bowl and have the Beijing beef. Oh, it's so good. And maybe throw in an egg roll with it. But I tell you, they're getting so expensive, I can't afford to go through the drive-thru anymore. Those bowls are probably $10 or more now. And if you get an egg roll, it's even more. So, that's a little bit costly for me. Y'all have to excuse me yawning. Like I said, that ibuprofen's got to work and it's got me relaxed. Chow's bean curd and bean and mushrooms. I don't usually get the mushrooms because I'm a little bit allergic to them. But I don't know if y'all have a Panda Express in your area, but I love their food. Their steamed vegetables, rice, stir-fry rice, fried rice. Their noodles you can get instead of rice if you want. I'd rather have the rice. I love their sweet and sour chicken. Like I said, my favorite is the Beijing beef. It's a little spicy. Fast food, a thing of the past. I know what they charge is a crime. You can't even go through McDonald's and order one of their meals for less than $15. It's outrageous. And a long time ago, I stopped even doing that. I'd go through and order stuff off their dollar menu, and I know their dollar menu has probably went up. Yours has a rating of 5 stars, Kevin. Well, that's good. Yeah, I do too. And it's been a long time since I've even went through and done that. But I get off their value menu, their dollar menu. I usually get one of their cheeseburgers off the dollar menu with their fries and one of their drinks. And I used to could get through there for like $4. I bet I can't now. It'd be over $5 for the same stuff. Oh, you don't have a Panda Express near you, Kevin. Well, I love their food. I just can't afford it. I could take the $10 or $15 that I spend there and buy enough to prepare meals for many days, not just one meal. So if I go by there and get something like that, it's a special occasion. It's maybe a once a year thing. Just like I said, I paid $11.80 for that turkey, and I couldn't go up there and get a hamburger meal for that, not a regular price one. And how many meals am I going to get off that turkey? A lot. Like I said, I'll be eating all winter long off that turkey. I just need to get it cooked. And I've got pans I can cook it in, but I'm spoiled. I'd rather get the aluminum pan you can just throw away so I don't have to clean it. No, I'm not making cookies. I'll probably make cornbread muffins to take over there. Mexican cornbread muffins because he loves them. And last year I took them over there, and I don't know how I did it. I forgot to put the cheese in the muffins. But I made sure I got the cheese this year. So hopefully I will get all the ingredients in my cornbread muffins this year. They're Mexican cornbread muffins, and he's loved them since the first pan of them I baked. And I'll take enough over there that he'll be able to take some to work with him, or he'll be eating cornbread muffins for a few days. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? And there's Linda Franz. Hello, Linda. I didn't even see Linda pop in here just now. Yeah, we've been talking about Thanksgiving. I'm doing great, Rhonda. How about yourself? Well, you said fine, so. I was telling everybody it's been rainy looking here all day. It has misted a little bit, just enough to get the ground wet, but it hasn't really full on rained, And that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping it would just downpour today, and then it'll be fair the rest of the week so I can get my Christmas decorations out, so I can light things up on Friday. Yeah, I hit the thumbs up button. I've only got 15 thumbs up, and I got 30 watching. Okay, B. Ogden. Go ahead and get your turkey out of the freezer. And get your kitchen clean. You could be listening to us while you do all that, though. I've got my turkey, I just got it out of the freezer and popped it up on the counter, and I'm just going to let it sit there. I've got a few dirty dishes in the sink from lunch, but I'm not washing them yet. I'll wash them with dishes later this evening. I'll get a little bite to eat for dinner, and then I'll wash all my dishes up at one time. There's Shelly Edwards. How are you, Shelly? Glad you could pop in. I have got squirrels or something jumping on the window AC unit. I've got to get that window unit out of the window. And I may I'll get my Christmas decorations up, and then I might think about getting that thing pulled out of the window myself. I've been wanting to get it out for many, many years, and I just didn't want to have to pay someone hundreds of dollars to do it. So I may just do it myself pretty soon. Oh, April, you're back. You had a small chore to do outside. Yeah, I was telling everybody when I first came in, I've still got my fall decorations up for Thanksgiving. Uh, I don't do Christmas till after Thanksgiving. I mean, I might put decorations up in the yard and try to get it all set up, but I don't plug anything in till the day after Christmas. That's when Granbury celebrates Christmas starting, is Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. They have a Christmas parade Friday evening welcoming Santa Claus into town. He comes in on a float. So I may, if the weather's not bad, get out there and video the Christmas parade as it's coming in, if I don't forget about it. Yeah, you could call it our rainy season. This is the time of year we get more rain than we get any other time of the year. You have surfing Santas, April. Well, that's understandable in Hawaii. We don't have anywhere for them to surf out here. If they went surfing, they'd have to pull their surfboard behind a speedboat on the lake. Then I guess they could dress up like Santa, but they'd be awfully hot. Yeah, I got to drag a bunch of stuff out of my shed out there so I can get to my Christmas stuff. I've got my reindeer family, and I got my sleigh and my unicorn and my Christmas trees, strings of lights, all kind of stuff I got to get out. I've got Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. I got to get them out. You're playing Santa at Petco, Kevin? How neat. That'll be so much fun. I'd love to see that. Well, it's pretty much what I put up last year, Gladys. So sometimes I add something to it, or I might rearrange things a little bit different, but I'm limited on space. And I have to put my unicorn and my reindeer and my sleigh in a spot where I can stake them down to keep the wind from blowing them over. And so far, my rock garden's the only place I've found that I can do that. I even have to stake my Christmas trees down to keep the wind from blowing them over. And sometimes the wind still will blow them over. And I have to run out there and get them back upright. Send a picture. Well, I'll be videoing a lot of my stuff. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it in the video, but I'll be videoing it so everybody can see what I've got in my yard. And then I'll probably ride around town, show you the decorations around town in different spots this year from where I went last year. And I know they probably already have the trees decorated around the Times Square, the city square. I just haven't been out there. But I know they have not lit them up yet. They'll light them on Friday after Thanksgiving. They don't turn any of the lights on, or they haven't in years past, till after Thanksgiving. And then all Christmas lights up. I don't know if we've got a Petco in Granbury or not. We've got a lot of different types of stations here, but I don't know if we've got a Petco. We got a pet store, but I don't know what the name of it is. In Petco store. I'd like to see you, Kevin, when you dressed up like Santa. The kids are going to love it. You'll love it too. You'll have a lot of fun doing it. Hi, Randy. I was wondering where Randy was, and Susan and Connie, and a lot of them are not in here. But I'm glad you could pop in, Randy. We've been talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas and all kind of stuff. You'll send the picture after, okay? April said they take their dogs into Petco. So it's a pet store, right? We've got two pet stores here, I think, but I don't know the name of them. One may be a Petco. I'm not sure. I'm doing great, Randy. How are you? We were talking about everybody's plans for Thanksgiving, Randy. That sounds so neat, Snow White. We used to have a house like that here in Granbury. It was the Rash House. It belonged to a photographer. He lit it up every year with so much stuff and had animated cartoons on the front of the house and all that. And it stopped traffic. But he passed away, and his son did it for a few years. And now the house was sold, so no one lights it up anymore. But in some of the neighborhoods, I'll have to drive through and show y'all at Christmas time how they light up their whole neighborhoods. It's like they compete against one another. One yard competes against the other one to see who can get the most in their yard, you know. So I'll ride around and film all that for you. Gladys says she's scratching at my back door. Feed me. Yeah, I think each neighborhood has like a neighborhood contest where they win a prize. And then the city does too. They send people out to look at all of the homes lit up at night, and they judge each one. And then they decide who has the best display. And they win the town prize. I don't know what that is, but they end up with their picture in the newspaper of their house and their yard all decorated up. And usually that's on the front page. Candy Cane Lane. Petco dog cookies look like our cookies. Yeah, just don't mistake them, Kevin, and eat the dog cookies. April says her dogs love them. Whew. I can't stop yawning, y'all. I took ibuprofen. I didn't take a sleeping pill. I don't know why. It's got me just yawning like crazy. Remember, I have a stray dog. I bet over the years, I bet someone has accidentally eaten one of them, or more than one. Who, me? I'm gonna go to sleep sitting here, y'all. I could try a bite. Well, you try a bite, April, and then tell us about it. No, I don't think I've ever made a corn casserole because I don't think my kids would have ever eaten it when they lived at home. So I've never really made one. I might have to look that up and consider making one. I don't know. See if I can get a recipe for a good one and maybe cut the recipe down or something. Unless I cook it to take to my son's house on Thanksgiving because I'm eating over there with them. That's another reason I don't usually make casseroles is because that's a lot, for me. So unless it's a kind of casserole that I can freeze part of it, eat it later on, or I'm baking it to video and taking it somewhere, for a lot of other people to eat too, I don't usually make a casserole. You worked at Petco years ago, Snow White, and the young teens ate them daily. Oh my God. The kids ate the dog cookies? Well, I've got a small bag of corn, I think 4 or 5 ears, that I bought about a week or so ago because it was on sale pretty cheap, and I haven't cooked it yet. So I might consider cutting it off the cob and making a corn casserole with it. We'll see. And making a video of it since I haven't done it yet. Oh, hey. Oh. You love cream? I do too, April. I love cream corn. And I put cream corn and whole kernel corn in my Mexican cornbread muffins that my son loves. I put a little bit of jalapeno or cowboy candy in there. I put cheddar cheese. I put a small amount of chopped onions, garlic, um, cream corn, whole kernel corn, flour, cornmeal, an egg, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, Mix it all up and pour it in muffin pans and make cornbread muffins, Mexican cornbread muffins. And they are so good, especially when you eat them hot with butter in them. Oh, goodness, you could eat your weight in them. Yeah, I love corn fritters too. I haven't made corn fritters since I did the video on them. Randy says I'm going to be like Forrest Gump with corn for the rest of the wintertime. Well, it's good, though, that you had it. You've got it. Honestly, I got busy and I forgot I had the corn on the cob in the refrigerator because I've got it down in the vegetable bin and I forgot I had it in there. I need to get it out and cook it. Do something with it. Kevin said, no, he passed. Now I have 2 cats. I'm sorry your dog passed away. Hi, Paul's in the garden. How are you doing this afternoon? I've got squirrels on my roof using it for a racetrack. God always sends us a kitty when we need one. I guess so, April. It seems like it, don't it? I'm just putting up Christmas up. Yeah, I'm going to start putting out my Christmas stuff this week. But like I told everybody, I'm going to put it out, but I'm not going to plug it in yet. Friday will be the day that I first plug in my Christmas stuff. Because that's when Granbury lights up for Christmas. The Friday after Thanksgiving. And we'll have a parade, so I'm going to try to video the parade that evening. Big cat called Sambo. Oh, hey. Yeah, I haven't seen Jazzy Joyce in the last couple of lives, and now Connie's not here. So I don't know where they're at. I don't know why they didn't pop in today. April says I have a driftwood Christmas tree. How neat. Kevin says his cat looks like Little Buddy, but a little lighter. Yeah, I don't do my Christmas till after Thanksgiving. I want to give Thanksgiving a good holiday, because I like Thanksgiving too. That's why I'm staying with my fall and Thanksgiving theme up here. And then the Friday after Thanksgiving, you'll see Christmas back here. April says I have 3 orange kitties. April's got 7 cats. Oh my goodness. Simba. They just show up, but I get them fixed. I don't blame you for that, because if you don't and they stay around there, you'll end up with a whole zoo of cats. And now a stray dog. Well, evidently they know where to find a good home. Just go to April's house. And your dog Cornbread. Cornbread and Oreo. So all of you gonna put up big Christmas trees this year? Yeah, Cornbread is a cute name. Oreo is too. Like Oreo cookies. Oh, that was his name at the Humane Society. He goes everywhere with me. A cardboard one? I put 4 Christmas trees up, 2 inside the house, 1 at the tattoo shop and 1 in my greenhouse. That's neat. You have a squirrel that's named Little Boy? Well, I've got a yard full of squirrels. I haven't named any of them. But they climb in the trees and then they get on the house and they run the length of the house back and forth, just like it's a speedway or something. They make a racetrack out of my roof. And since it's a tin or steel roof, you can hear them just run back and forth. There's one up there now. I hear him. Sometimes they'll get on the house and they'll jump down off the edge of the house onto this air conditioner out here. And little buddy's back at the door scratching again. Let me go let him in. Come on in. He said he's come in to finish up the rest of his food in his dish. He left a spoonful in there, so he's got to eat the rest of it. He's down there chowing down in his bowl. I don't think I can get the camera down there. No, it's wanting to flip around the other way. So I'll have to leave it like that. I almost lost the camera trying to move it. I got it plugged in. Let me see if I can unplug it. Now I may be able to without it spinning. There he goes. He's not going to come up for air. He's spoiled. He is definitely a spoiled kitty. And I don't like the way it turned. I don't know if it was charging correctly or not. Let me plug it back in. I don't want it to cut off with me. Now, maybe that'll be a little better. At least maybe the battery won't die. That right, little buddy? Come here. Come here, big cat. Oh, goodness gracious. He's got a belly full. But there he is, y'all. Here's little buddy. I know he is a big cat. He's a lap full for me. He's learned real fast. He's too big to sit in my lap unless I'm on the couch, because he's got to hang over on the couch or he'll slide off my lap. Because he is a big kitty. He is a big kitty. He is definitely a big kitty. He is big. I mean, I've got all I can do to hold him in my arms. I mean, just look at this. I mean, ain't that an armful? Let me put him down. He don't like to be held like that. He likes to sit in your lap and be loved, but he don't like to be tossed around. He's definitely a big cat. He's bigger than most of the other cats that come around here. Like that other orange one that has the collar. Little Buddy's bigger than that cat. Kevin says ours that big. He's chunky. Yeah, I got him spoiled, Shelly. And he's not fat, but he's husky. He's a well-built cat. He's healthy. Yeah, he's a healthy kitty. He's wanting me to pet him, but he's down here on the floor. You need to get up here in my lap, but I won't be able to hold you. Come on. He says, no, you ain't got a lap big enough for me to get up there. He's tried that. And I had to put my arm around his back legs to hold him, to keep him from sliding down. He's so big. He's down here next to me wanting me to pet him. Comes for his morning massage, yeah. Thanks. Oh, goodness. Little buddy dumped his girlfriend. Well, I think he was trying to stay away from her. When she'd come over here, he'd almost swat at her every time she got close to him. And he'd get on top of the car when they're outside. When she was down on the sidewalk, he looked like he was trying to get away from her. Or sometimes when she's outside, he'll want to come in the house because he knows I'm not going to let the other cat in here. He says girls. He don't want to have nothing to do with no girls. No girl kitties anyway. Yeah, it was a nice chili cook-off. And the chili that won, I tasted it and I told the lady that cooked it, I said, this tastes like my chili. So I'm wondering if she used my recipe on it. I believe she did. And that's one reason I didn't care if I entered it or not, is because I posted my chili recipe several times on YouTube. And you can make it with the beans in it, or you don't have to put beans in it. Just make the chili. And hers tasted like my chili. It was like eating my own. And she's the one that won first prize. They had first, second, third prize, and then they had People's Choice. And they had one chili there, Lovely is her name. She's one of the board members. She made it, and it was pretty hot, pepper hot. And I thought it was jalapenos, but I didn't see any jalapenos. And I got to talking to her about it. She said, oh, that was the cayenne pepper. I said, that's what it was. Because usually if I eat that many jalapenos that it makes it that hot, I'll hiccup. My stomach will go in spasms. But that didn't happen with hers. And I was wondering why. What was the difference? Because it was pretty hot. And she said, well, she put cayenne pepper in there, not jalapenos. And she put chopped steak. She didn't use ground beef, which made the texture a little bit different. It was pretty good. I think she come in second. And I don't remember who got People's Choice. Yeah, that was Steve Bumpus's birthday cake. It was his birthday. So his wife decided, since we were having the chili cook-off, that she'd bring a cake up there and celebrate his birthday at the same time, which I thought was kind of neat. That was a surprise to me because I didn't know it was his birthday. Little buddy's curled up on the kitchen rug, taking him a nap after eating a little bit. He's flopped down on his belly, taking a nap. It was just a vanilla cake, and then it had that sugar icing on it, which it was good, but that sugar icing it's like eating pure sugar, and I couldn't eat much of it because it was so sweet. I like the buttercream icing on mine, because it's not quite as sweet. But some people like the sugar icing, so I could only eat half a piece because it was just too sweet for me. Yeah, maybe if I'd had mine down there. It might have been a tie because I think, like I said, she used my recipe. So I'd have been competing against myself, basically. What's up, little buddy? Now he's just looking straight up here at me. He says, well, I know you're talking to somebody, but I don't see anybody. Well, I kind of feel like my chili won anyway. Because, like I said, her chili was like eating my own. So, rattlesnake meat chili. Well, that might be good too. I know rattlesnake meat kind of tastes like chicken. I don't know that I'd want to go out and hunt a bunch of rattlesnake to get the meat off of them, though. I can do without rattlesnake meat. Me too. Little buddy, what are you doing? He's up walking in and out of my legs, under the chair and around the chair, wanting me to pet him. April says, no snakes here. Yeah, I don't want any here either. Do we, little buddy? None in Hawaii? Well, little buddy, leave my tripod alone. He's moving my tripod over. I didn't realize you didn't have snakes in Hawaii. How interesting. You think you would because of the climate there. Yeah, I'm glad you did too, Randy. Have a good night. Okay, well, you have a good night as well. Glad you could pop in and say hi. No poisonous snakes where you're at, Kevin. Well, we have poisonous snakes here. I haven't seen any around my house in years, but years ago when I first moved here, I used to see a few. Island. I know, but you still would think that you'd have snakes even on an island. And I'm just so really surprised they don't have snakes in Hawaii, but it's nice to know if I ever go to Hawaii. High winds again, but blowing the opposite direction this time. No snakes. That's pretty neat. I've heard there's several countries that don't have snakes. Wonder why we have so many snakes in the United States and there's other countries that don't have any. That's kind of strange, isn't it? Mongoose we have. It's against the law here. Yeah, but usually, I mean, I know people own snakes, but here they snakes grow in the wild. No one owns them. They're just there, just like prairie dogs and skunks and possum and raccoon and all this other stuff. They just grow in the wild in the forest, you know. Venture out to your house. Little buddy, quit hitting my tripod. He bumped into my tripod again. Endangered cats are not allowed. Huh. Little tripod, and he catches his tail underneath, and he almost turns my tripod over. See, I never knew all that. You know, here we have them wild. We have um oh, what kind of cats was it? I don't know if it was tigers or what it was, but we had one that attacked a man a couple of years ago, not too far from here. I mean, it was probably maybe hours drive away. But we have wild animals out here that live in the forest, in the woods. They've just been here from day one. There's no law against them because no one owns them. I mean, they're just wild, just like the snakes. Okay, Gladys, I'll send you a picture of him. Yeah, I've heard about those jungle roaches, April. You got roaches in Hawaii big as rats, from what I understand, because it never gets cold enough there to kill them. So they just get bigger and bigger. And they fly. Yeah, I've heard at night sometimes you don't want to be on some beaches because they're covered with great big roaches crawling around the beach. That might be out on the remote islands, I don't know, but that's what I've heard. And you have small fruit bats. We have bats here. I don't know what kind of bats they are, but hey, Susan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They said at night the roaches covered the beaches, a lot of them. And they said a lot of people don't want to be out on the beach at night because it's just covered in these great big roaches crawling everywhere. I'm doing great, Susan. How are you? I think little buddy now wants to go back out. You want to go back out? Huh? You want to go back outside? No? Well, I'm not going to give you no more food right now. He's spoiled. He thinks every time he comes in this house, he's supposed to get fed. I'll give you a little bit, not much. You're going to get fat. You're going to get fat if you eat too much. That's a little bit of dry food. That's enough for you right now. You'll get more later. Yeah, he thinks every time he comes in that door, he's supposed to get fed. I don't care if it's 5 or 6 times a day. He thinks he's supposed to get food every time he come in. Oh, needed to get in gear. This extreme weather change messed me up. Well, it's been cloudy and gloomy looking here today with misty rain, but it didn't rain hard. And I was hoping it would, because it's not going to rain the rest of the week. I may have to get out and water some of my stuff tomorrow. I was watching Little Buddy. It reminds me, I've got 2 cousins when they were little kids. One of them, the older one we call Big Buddy. The younger one we call Little Buddy. What do you keep going to the door for? Do you want to go out? Or what is the deal? I don't think you want to go out. He just wants attention. Never dreamed I'd have a cat called Little Buddy. Well, I'm going to get in gear and try to get some of my Christmas decorations out in the yard this week. Hopefully. Hopefully I can get it done before Thanksgiving. You're preparing for a dinner? Well, good for you. What are you cooking? I know it's something good. Can't wait to see my decorations. Okay, well, you'll have a good time for Thanksgiving. None of us have anywhere to go. Well, that's so neat. That's the way my brother does in Tucson, Arizona. He doesn't have family out there, but the guy that he splits the rent with, they live in an apartment complex where there's a lot. Little Buddy, you're going to turn my camera over in spite of everything. On holidays like that, they all get together and chip in. And if it's nice weather, they go to the pool area where there's a area set up to where they can have a big dinner, just bring everything there. Or like a clubhouse area, they can go inside. Or if there's not a whole lot of them, maybe some of them are leaving for the holidays and aren't going to be there, they'll go to one another's apartment and have a nice dinner. So, they're celebrating with someone. They're not just alone in their apartment. Let me let him out. He's gone back to this door again. I joked about it and I said I needed one of those revolving doors. Like a saloon door that you just push and it goes both ways. Because he comes in and he goes out, and he comes in and he goes out. He just does that all day. I'm going to have a turkey breast, and then I saw a cool thing. You take turkey or ham, slice meat, and put stuffing in it and roll it up and bake it and then put gravy over it. That sounds good. Turkey ham roll. And I'm going to do some of the both for them to have leftovers. Well, that's nice of you, Susan. Instant mashed potatoes and jars of gravy. Well, that's neat. My daughter usually buys gravy already made from a barbecue place close to where she lives. Uh, I don't know if she gets her turkey there from them that's already cooked, but I do know she gets gravy there, or she used to. I don't know if she still does. Green bean casserole and maybe sweet potatoes and rolls. Yeah. I'm like I told everybody else, I was going to fix some Mexican cornbread muffins this year to take to my son's because he loves them. And I will remember to put the cheese in them this time, not like last year. And I don't know what else I might fix. I love turkey sandwiches. That's one of the best parts of Thanksgiving is you're able to have a turkey sandwich afterwards, you know. I have a funny to tell on myself. What's that, Susan? Yeah, I love cranberries. Oh, you can't have turkey without cranberry. Gladys is going to be scratching at your door, Susan. You'll have to let her in and feed her. I guess Susan's typing. I'm waiting to see what she pops up there with. I went to the car store and got a can of window cleaner stuff that's supposed to be really good and some white paint for scratches. Then I went to the store and got all the stuff. Then you went to the store and got all the stuff. You went on a shopping spree, huh, Susan? Got everything like the pie and the canned cream for to go on it. I was putting things away and I looked and said to my friend, "Wait, I didn't know I got 2 cans of cream." She said you didn't. So I looked again and it was a can of window cleaner. Well, it's a good thing you looked again and you figured that out and you didn't use the window cleaner as cream on your pie. That wouldn't have been too good. Yeah, that's what I've heard, April. I heard that everything in Hawaii is higher than it is anywhere else. I guess because they have to ship it out on the island. I don't know. I had to put it in the fridge. I heard that milk was like $5, $6 a gallon in Hawaii. I don't know, but that's what I've heard some people say. They say some things are outrageously priced, other things are not too bad. So you live in Hawaii too, Kevin? Wow, some places $10. That's a lot. Oh, Long Island, New York. Yeah, I don't know how the prices are in New York anymore. What little bit of family that I have left up there, I don't stay in touch with, and so I don't know how the prices are up there anymore. I have watched several videos on how to do a dinner for $25 or under. Well, that sounds like me because, I don't pay that much. The most I spent was for my turkey. And like I was telling them, I got a whole turkey for $11.80. It was a $35 turkey. It's 11 pounds, 8 ounces, or 0.8 ounces, something like that. And it normally sells for $35. I had a Brookshire card, so I was able to get the turkey for $11 and something. So it was less than $12. So anything else that I spend to fix will be on stuffing. That's not that much. And I've got stovetop stuffing that I'm going to use because I don't like to stuff my turkey. I make my own gravy, so that's not going to cost me anything. And I bought canned green beans and canned corn for like 50 cents a can at Kroger's the other day. So I'll be spending less than $25, fixing my turkey dinner. And like I said, I'll divide up my turkey, put it in small packages, and put it in the freezer, and I'll be eating turkey for the rest of, the whole next year. I'll have turkey to eat, that'll last me almost till next Thanksgiving off this one turkey. Because, I'm not going to be eat turkey every meal. I'll eat something else and maybe eat turkey once a week or something. Yeah, I use instant potatoes too sometimes because, I don't want to go to the trouble to peel potatoes, cook them, mash them just to make a little bit of mashed potatoes. So I keep instant mashed potatoes so I can just fix, a couple of portions. I don't have to fix a whole bunch of them. No, it's not. That's not much at all. Yeah, I usually make my own rolls and my own pie crust, stuff like that. Yeah, pumpkin is not much. And right here, I've still got this one pumpkin that I can make pumpkin puree and make me a pumpkin pie. I can make several pies with that one little pumpkin. I'll probably cook the pumpkin, take enough out to make a pie, and then freeze the rest and make one later on. Or put it in pumpkin spice muffins or something like that. So your turkey's a biggie, huh? How much is your turkey? Well, you said you got a turkey breast. I've got the whole turkey, but it weighs 11 pounds, a little over 11 pounds. Well, yeah, here in Brookshire, you could get a free turkey if you bought a ham, but you know how much those hams were? 60 and $70 for each ham. I can't afford to spend that much for a ham to get a free turkey. So I just bought my turkey for $11. Like I said, it was a $35 turkey, but with my Brookshire's card, I was able to get it down to $11 and something. So I lucked out with that turkey. I could have got one cheaper up at Kroger, but they weighed 25 and 30 pounds. I don't want a turkey that big. Well, that'll be nice, Susan. I usually get just a little piece of ham, like a quarter of a ham or a small half ham, just enough for me. I don't have a big dinner. Because again, I go to my son's at Christmas. I eat over there. They don't want to come over here because I don't have enough room for everybody. So I go over to his house. So they got plenty of room. And then she has her daughter over and with the two little boys and her husband, and so they need a little bit more room than they have here. Glazed carrots are good, April. Yeah, I started doing Mexican cornbread muffins instead of rolls, and which I love them. I love them to death. I could make a meal on Mexican cornbread muffins. And I don't mind taking a bunch of them over to my son's because I know he'll eat them. It might take him several days to eat them all, but he'll eat them. I love candy yams, the sweet potatoes. I love all that Christmas food and Thanksgiving food. I would have saved that ham, half a ham that I had for Christmas, but at the time I didn't have the freezer here and I didn't have anywhere to store it, so I just went ahead and cooked it. But I'll probably get a small boneless type ham or something if I find one reasonable. I won't get no big ham. But you can buy those little small like quarters of a ham that are pretty lean, and they're good. It's real ham, but it's just a small amount, enough for one or two people. Well, April, I put flour cornmeal, I put cream corn, I put whole kernel corn, um, I put onion, I put cheddar cheese, I put garlic, a little bit of sugar. Did I say onions? I put shredded onions or chopped onions in my Mexican cornbread, and I put a little bit of jalapeno or cowboy candy in it. Not enough to make it hot, hot, but just a little bit kind of to give it a jalapeno taste. Not much at all, because the little boys wouldn't eat anything real hot. And the cowboy candy's not real hot anyway. But that's the ingredients I put in my Mexican cornbread muffins, and they're really good. They're real moist because you got the egg and you got the onions and you got the cheese and the corn. They stay real moist. They're not crumbly, and they're so good hot with butter in them. My battery died, and it was before I realized it. Yeah, that's the reason I've got my camera plugged in, because I don't want the battery to die. They are good, April. It's kind of like the little cornbread cake that I baked in the little frying pan, only that one didn't have corn in it. But I had put a little bit of cheese and the egg and the onion and garlic and all that other stuff. It just didn't have cream corn or whole kernel corn in it. Oh, honey butter would even be better in your cornbread, hot cornbread. Yeah, but if I don't change my mind, if I can remember to set my clock and get up early enough Thanksgiving morning, I'll get up and I'll bake my cornbread muffins, and I don't know what else I might fix. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But I do know I want to fix the cornbread muffins. Gladys says she's passing out from hunger. Somebody feed that woman. We always end up talking about food. We always get Gladys hungry. Susan said she looked all over for a gravy boat and ladle. Well, the only thing I found was a little glass dish with a spout and a handle that you put your gravy in, and that way you can pour it out. Here, I'll show you what I got. But this is what I use when I serve gravy if I have people over to eat. That way you don't have to worry with a spoon or anything. You just grab it by the handle and pour it right on your potatoes or whatever you want your gravy on. And I found it online somewhere. I don't remember where. I had a hard time finding it. But I put in, I think, gravy boat or gravy dish or something, and eventually I got this come up. So I ordered one. But I don't have big dinners at my house anymore, so I haven't been using it. But it's a neat thing to have. Yeah, my kids always used to come to my house for Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter time, and now the family's gotten bigger, so I go to their house. That's about the only time of year I get to see them is on Christmas or Thanksgiving. I usually stay home at New Year's, except for last year when my sister-in-law passed away. They have a bowl with a little lid and a cutout for the ladle. Oh, really? I haven't seen one of those. April, how did you get on Chippendale Dancers? Yeah. I did too, Susan, and this was the only thing I could find when I put in, a gravy boat and ladle and stuff. This is all I got. Anything close to what I wanted was this. But my grandmother used to have a beautiful ceramic one. It was kind of round, and it had the ladle that you dip, that was in it, and it would just rest on the side of it. It was really pretty. I don't know what happened to all of her stuff when she passed away. Paul's in the garden says, we all need to come to your house for the holiday. We can meet all in person and then we can feed Gladys. Yeah, that would be a good idea, but I wouldn't have room for everybody. I live in a little place. I'm trying to revive Gladys. I just found a pretty leaf bowl at Dollar Tree and a small ladle too. Wow, Susan. That's neat. I didn't even think to look in Dollar Tree for something like that. Yeah, but I really don't see how Chippendale dancers got into being hungry. Oh, I'll tell you what, I don't know about you ladies. I don't think this one was very much. I bought it years ago. Seemed like it was about, I don't even know. It might have been about 20 bucks. I know it wasn't real expensive, but I've had it for a long time. I've had it for quite a few years. I don't know if you could even get that now. Figure out the logistics of cooking everything. Well, if you get the logistics of cooking everything figured out, Susan, you need to fill me in because I don't have it figured out yet. And there's Gladys. I'd love to see a men shake their thing. I don't know what we're going to do with Gladys. I really don't. Got something fell on my eye. You know, I've never baked a green bean casserole. I never really cared for it. I don't know why. I've tried them at a lot of dinners that I've went to, like church dinners and dinners at people's homes, and I just didn't really like a green bean casserole. I didn't care for it myself. So I've never made one. And you love it the most. Maybe it was the way it was prepared. I don't know, but I didn't like them, so I've never cooked them. But you can't plug in too much at a time. That's me. I'm limited on plug-ins here. I can't plug everything in the kitchen in, that's for sure. Oh, this freezer that I got, that was a lifesaver to me. And it's just about full. I mean, the freezer to my refrigerator's full, and now this one behind me that I got recently is almost full. If I run my microwave and an air fryer on the same side of the wall, it blows a fuse. But the fridge is in between them. Yeah, you got to think about that, April. There's a lot of things I'm thankful for. I mean, sometimes, I know I don't have a house like a lot of people have, but I definitely don't have the bills they have either. Um, Things could be definitely better, but I have a lot to be thankful for. I don't have the best health in the world because of my back and neck injury, but I'm better off than a lot of other people my age. So, I have that to be thankful for. Yeah, I feel very blessed, Susan. I feel blessed that I've started this YouTube channel. I feel blessed for all the beautiful people that I've met through chat and subscriptions through my channel. The gifts I've received from my subscribers is just unbelievable. I'm just blessed all the way around. And Snow White says TV dinners. Well, some of these TV dinners are not half bad, but I make my own. That's why I got my turkey. I'm going to make my own TV dinners with a bunch of turkey. I've got these containers that have like divider trays, and I can put turkey and gravy, I can put beans, I can put other vegetables in it, put the lids on them, pop them down, and freeze them. And that's my TV dinner. I picked these up years ago when I was working all the time. And you get 30 minutes for lunch. You don't have time to run around town to go find lunch somewhere. So I'd always take my lunch. And I got to the place where I put leftovers. See how they're divided into three? Put your meat in, your vegetables, or your dessert. And that was my TV dinner that I took to work every day. I'd either have them in a container like this, or I'd have it in a small bowl with a seal lid, depending on what food I brought to work that day. But these came in so handy. You can freeze your food and have it in a dinner, to just take the whole thing out, pop it in the microwave, thaw it out, heat it up, and there's lunch or dinner. Or whenever you don't want to cook, it's there. And it's better and a lot cheaper than TV dinners are. I mean, my goodness, I've looked at these TV dinners. They're outrageously expensive. And you don't get much in them either. Yep, that's what I say, Susan. My health isn't 100%, but I'm a lot better off than a lot of people are, and I feel blessed. I feel blessed that I can still get out and do yard work in my garden. I can clean my own house, and as long as I don't push myself too hard, I'm fine. Now, money-wise, I'm a little bit restricted right there because, on my income, my fixed income retirement, there's just not enough money to hardly pay my own bills, and in fact, there's not. That's why I started my YouTube channel, to hopefully compensate for what I don't get a month to help pay my bills. Oh wow, in March and April I couldn't even walk to my car and back without stopping and catching my breath a couple of times. Wow. I have my babies and clothes for us all. I'm better off than I was in the middle of the year. Well, that's good to hear, Susan. Well, did you see my video on the apple pie that I baked, April? That apple pie was so good. I think that was the best apple pie I've ever eaten, is the one I baked in that video. Susan says I'm having fun learning to cook too. I'll be back feeding cats and dogs. Well, good night, Snow White, if you've got to go. We need to get off here too. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. Wow, I didn't realize we'd been on here for so long. Time flies when you're having fun, ladies and gentlemen. I know we had a few men in here. So Susan says, oh, they are planning on picking up these boxes Wednesday. Nice to have my living room back. Yeah, I know how that is when you got a bunch of stuff piled around that you're not used to having. Puts obstacles in your way. The stuff you put together to give, yeah. Yeah, it'll be nice to know when you get it out to be sent to the people that you got it for. Well, Kevin, good night. You have a great night. I'm fixing to get off here too, ladies. 2.5 hours is, I think, long enough to be in a chat. Even though I've enjoyed chatting with everybody, I could chat with you all night. But I know people have other things to do. It's close to the holidays, so I want to bid y'all a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Please tell everybody to like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And most of all, watch my videos. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye now. Y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving.